how are you this morning?
Good morning. Just getting back from Raleigh and all the craziness over on that end of the state.
Government is just getting crazier and crazier.
Okay, I don't know if I can say this on the radio. My favorite quote after being in Raleigh for 4 years, serving in the legislature, there's an endless supply of stupid in state government.
Okay, that brings up the thing I was going to ask you, if you care to dig into this a little bit, right?
Here we go.
I'm just kind of curious, okay? Well, this is just the beginning, because Harold was talking about some bills you're going to do, so I want to talk about those as well, right? But let's talk a little bit about the national stuff. Can you enlighten me on your perspective of this? Because as a guy like myself that does a lot of negotiating, I find this uncomfortable, right? That it's almost as if there's fighting amongst the family in a way that everybody knows that some deal, right, should be completed, but yet it's not happening. Can you describe what that's like? Because for us on the outside, it's really frustrating watching this happen.
Well, it's kind of weird. I'm going to bring it back to closer to home and a little more of a micro look than a macro look at a national level. But in Raleigh, people don't understand. In the Senate, there's 50 senators, and we deal with probably about 1,000 pieces of legislation a session during the long session, which is 6-7 months long. We're there 4 days a week. And of those pieces of legislation, 90% of it is almost unanimous support. People don't realize. And of those 49 other senators, we're all virtually good friends, regardless of party, ideology, any of that. The public doesn't see any of that. What's going on are the divisive issues, and they tend to be social by nature. The HB2s, abortion, gun rights, those types of things, and they get all the news and attention. They don't see all the, kind of the messy day-to-day work that annexations and permits and all those kinds of things that are boring to everybody.
Oh, that's kind of that is interesting. So we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, and that seems to be the where the heat is.
Well, and the thing of it is, you go out to the local restaurants in the evening. Again, there's anywhere from 6 of us to a dozen of us having dinner together, cross party lines. Again, we're all really, really good friends, get along. Even with people that have moved on, like Josh Stein, who's Attorney General. I tease Josh all the time that he's a Dartmouth undergrad, Harvard Law School. He's now our Attorney General. He's uber to the left. And I tell Josh, if he comes to Charlotte and doesn't stay at my house, I'll be offended. I want his friendship. And those things are important to me. And I tell him, I want his intellect to rub off on me, not his ideology.
Okay. All right. So you and I are friends, but I guess it's time for us to fight a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So Harold was telling me, I'm on the show in the morning with the big guy. They had fun picking on me. Somebody wrote a letter making fun of me.
I thought it was pretty accurate, actually.
Let me check your handwriting.
Exactly.
He told me you were going to introduce 2 bills, and I want to get it straight from the horse's mouth here. Now, the first one he told me is I'm not going to be allowed to use my cell phone. Now, that's the way he described it to me.
Sure.
We're going to fight here in a minute.
Yeah, by definition, that's actually incorrect.
Okay.
What
that wouldn't be the first time Harold described that wrong.
But what you won't be able to do is hold a phone and use it. You'll have to go to Bluetooth or, use an earbud in your speakerphone. So it's based on legislation that was crafted around input from our state highway patrol and our district attorneys, because our current texting and driving laws. Now, I'm really going to screw this up on the radio. The current law is really not enforceable. So it makes it extremely difficult. This bill will take it to an ability that they've seen in other states that make it pretty easy to prosecute violators. And it's becoming more prevalent. Distracted driving is the number one cause of accidents now on the highway.
Okay.
I get you. And I know all the freedom stuff, and don't impose on me.
Right. Okay, but I want to make sure I'm clear on this, okay?
Sure.
If I touch my phone, I have risk of the popo stopping me. I want to be clear on that.
Actually, no, you don't, because what we want you to do is either leave it in beside you and act and voice activate it, but you can also put it in a cradle, so you will be able to use your GPS, your MP3 player, and things like that. And there's certain things where you'll need to touch screen, but it's like hitting your radio and changing the station, right? Same thing.
Well, that's the point I was getting to.
Sure.
How in the world does the popo know whether I'm doing the GPS or I'm going to the?
They just want to know you don't have it in your hand. And one of the things I've done, and I've been doing this for a year.
No, I get this. Okay, so not in your hand. There's a difference there.
There is. There's a big difference. I'm not saying you can't use it. You don't have to lock it in your trunk. And it's not perfect. It's not intended, but it's a big help.
I'm not as mad at you now.
Good. I'm glad. I need a little love.
Okay, all right. I might not be upset with you. Okay,
Good.
so let's go to the second one.
Sure.
The second one is I'm not allowed to drive fast on the left lane. Am I understanding this correctly? Again, this came from the big guy, right? So
actually, you're not allowed to drive over the speed limit in any lane.
Well,
so it's not it now. It's
no, wait a minute.
called,
I got a senator here. This is a secret. Can I go like 5 miles an hour over? Like what's the number over?
It depends. Actually, we'll give a little insight here. It depends.
No. It depends if you've got a senator tag. I understand that.
No. If you're really speeding, even with a legislative plate on, you're getting it.
It sounds like there's some experience.
Yeah, you're getting pulled over too. Not that I want to divulge anything, but okay, I'm going to tell you one story.
Okay.
Tom Tillis, who's our U.S. Senator. Tom's going to love me for telling this.
Uh-oh.
But that's okay. He was driving home in his old blue pickup truck, and he was Speaker of the House. And if you know, the governor has tag 1, the lieutenant governor has tag 3, the speaker has tag 2, speaker has tag 3, pro tem has tag 4. So I
didn't know that, but okay.
Yeah, so if you see him, he's driving home a little fast, not excessive, but a little fast. A new trooper pulls him over, walks up to his car, and he says, "Sir, you're speeding a little bit." He says, "I apologize, wasn't paying attention, if I was going a little too fast." And he says, "Can I see your driver's license and stuff?" And he actually had his legislative ID.
Right.
He says, and he's going by, and he goes, "But I do have one question real quickly for you. Who in the world do you know that you got Dale Earnhardt's number on your car?" And he goes, "Well, it's not really that." And he goes, "Oh, you're the speaker. That's the other guy." And he goes, "Yes, I am." He says, "Sir, please drive a little safer and slower on your way home."
That's power.
Yeah.
That's power.
That's a courtesy, little courtesy.
Courtesy.
But the left lane, back to what we were supposed to be talking about, it's referred to as left lane yield. And we're one of only 5 states that has no rules regarding the left lane. And the far left lane, closest to the median in a multi-highway, lane highway. So
it does. If it's 3 lanes, it's a third lane. If it's 2 lanes, it's a second lane. Okay.
Correct. So the issue being is if you're in the far left lane and you're blocking traffic, you are required to get over. And if you're going 80 and a 60 and you're still blocking traffic, you can still be ticketed. Actually, you'll get 2.